Welcome to this month's version of USCC's Compost Policy Pulse. This is brought to you by our Public Policy Program and the Legislative and Environmental Affairs Committee. I'm Linda Norris-Waldt, Public Policy Director for the USCC. This month, we're talking PFAS. PFAS chemicals are back in the news, and the USCC has had a busy month campaigning against composter liability to pay for these substance cleanups. On September 16th, the USCC participated in a hearing before the House of Representatives Energy and Commerce Committee on this issue about Superfund, which would bankrupt many composters. Also known as the Comprehensive Environmental Response, Compensation, and Liability Act, or CERCLA, this law provides EPA with broad federal authority to go after polluters who release listed hazardous materials that could endanger the environment. It also makes liable for the cleanup the sites where hazardous waste is found for the cost of cleaning them up. As compost producers, though, we are passive receivers. We unwillingly receive PFAS in the materials we already collect to compost, like biosolids, of course, but also food waste and yard waste. Making our members pay for cleanups for use of compost that contains small amounts of PFAS would bankrupt many of us. Take note that a stick of makeup concealer can have 2,335 parts per billion of PFOA, while biosolids tested in New England had only 12 parts per billion of PFOA. By the way, ladies, I found a brand of PFAS-free makeup. Email me if you want to know the name. So USCC Board Treasurer Samantha Winkle spoke at the hearing on Capitol Hill, arguing that the amounts of PFAS in compost is too small to risk closing our businesses that help our country with improving soil organic matter, carbon sequestration, clean water and drought resilience, among many other benefits. On the positive side of the ledger, the EPA has released $15 million in funding for a number of universities to research whether plants have any notable uptake of PFAS when compost is used. USCC has been lobbying for federal money for this research for more than 2 years. Some chapter-related news on PFAS. On September 17th, the Texas Composting Council held a webinar for members about benefits and liability for compost facilities, which I attended with Noel Lyons of McGill Compost. We went over our strategy, potential liability, and resources that USCC provides. And you too can get these resources if you don't have them already. Visit the member portal to download your PFAS resources and toolkit at compostingcouncil.org/member portal. Don't forget, you have to log in. You'll remember the National Organic Standards Board has been asked by the USDA's National Organic Program to make a decision about a petition by BPI to allow compostable packaging in compost for organic agriculture. Without this allowance, compostables may not be sold in facilities in California, which have to have compost for organic agriculture after January 2026, as per Assembly Bill 1201. Due to the depth of discussion on this, we did a survey in August to learn how our members felt about the request. The results showed that a majority of our membership, 78% to 22%, favors the inclusion of certified compostable packaging in compost used for organic agriculture and is interested in seeing solutions for compostable packaging to be accepted successfully at willing compost facilities. When you look at the response from the subset of composters only, it's tempered a bit. Those composters make up 40% of our membership, by the way. So when you cut into that result, the support goes to 74% to 26%. This knowledge and the many comments that came with it will help USCC plan our policy work in the coming years. The Compost Caucus is still recruiting members, so we encourage all of you, contact your legislators while they're home this October campaigning. Ask them to join the Compost Caucus. To learn more about how to do this, visit compostingcouncil.org/compost caucus. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next month.